they need to get the first 6 rounds here. It needs to be defined.
Yeah, this legacy is now tantalizingly close for both of these sides, and it's survival here. Sentinels on the defending side, Heretics on the attack. The comp switch up is something to note, and it's pacey. Straight towards B, we've got a plant from the offset, and I think that's going to be in play, denied. The breach util going to keep that in place and put Boo's body on the line.
Spike planted.
Can't get out.
Oh, and they're still fighting for that space, Josh. They've already taken over the site here. A little bit of a flash to come. They've got to swing here. They've got to clear that back line. Zekken going to be flashed up. It's Miniboot to take him down. Time being bought on the spike. You can see the util coming in. That's another problem. Another couple of precious seconds. John QT, if he wants to break that back line, he's got to get a move on. You're right, the turret should note him, but it's chaotic. For the time, there's going to be so little left now. They've got to make a go of this sooner rather than later. Zelsis, Sarsi, quick back to back. The time is ticking. Tens takes away Benji, and it's close. But they've got it. First round to Sentinels.
What a big start for Sentinels as well. They're so good when it comes to these retakes. They start with their gamble stacks. They don't budge until they are needed to. But that first breach aftershock to stop that wingman from getting that spike planted. Those were the crucial few seconds that set the tone. And Team Heretics, they're picking the stage for a reason. They want to get in. They want to use these walls and these slows to disrupt Zekken's retakes as that Neon. He can't sprint in for free. But Sentinels, they're so good to the last millisecond.
Now we do have the 2 classics. Benji with 1, Miniboo the other. For Sentinels, you want to see this clean. Don't really want to be suffering losses here. Miniboot looking again, pressuring towards his B side.
That's a big pick.
Huge shot from Miniboot, and that's so early in the round.
They can wait, they can get that heal off. Boo can heal his little brother up, literally. Try to figure out where that next action is. See if Sentinels decides to slip up here.
But what do they have to clear? Tens. That's what I'm looking for. You still got Dizzy, you got some wingman action, but you got to clear this, man. You got to respect it, and they're eyeing this up. I'm terrified. If they walk around this corner to Tens, they could be left in tatters.
Honestly, a pause and a re-hit to B would probably be the best course of action here. Will they do it, though, is a different question. They have that wall still. And they have those sheriffs to walk in, that contact in. They don't even have to use their abilities.
And I'm looking at John QT, whose eyes are already towards this. He's the one shouldering off of that C connector, waiting for contact. Smoke did just get put towards Garage, and I think Tens is going exploring, but there will be the turret there in play. Once again, going for the plant from the wingman, this time nothing to deny it. They have the plant, they have the time, they have the bodies, but do they have the wherewithal to deal with Sen? They have the weaponry here, Josh. By all means, they still overpower Heretics.
This is still... They wait patiently before they start actually moving in. Try to make sure that they're grouped up, wait out the smokes, and then they move together. Here comes the strike, out the A-Link right now. Will they see him top site though?
Boo, he was pinged out. John QT seems so aware. Finally removes Boo, and now gets towards trying to deal with that spike. Beautiful from Tens. And wrapped in a bow by Sarsi, unaffected by the pressure. Sentinels take a second step.
When we look at a team like Heretics, Sunset, one of their better maps, is basically sit in B main, get those spam battle off on that spike defuse. Haven B site is set up almost the exact same way, where you can take these mid fights, window fights, you can get these late flanks from Garage. Sentinels is doing a pretty good job. Granted, first round was pistol, this was an anti-eco that they convert,
was one, but he got healed, so I just
Sentinels,
body shot and knifed out.
they'll hold their gamble stacks and play their retakes. So Heretics, they need to make sure that they're not afraid and they don't give Sentinels too much respect. Get in their faces and disrupt them a bit. First gun round coming out here, though. It's going to set the tone.
And they feel so precious when you have these rifles. You feel so worried that you might lose out. Fantastic scam, but a limited connection from Zekken. Going to have to fall away towards long, but they try and take the space here early on. Heal's already used up. Miniboot on the receiving end of that early damage.
And a pause from Heretics. A crucial difference between the two teams here is that what Team Heretics likes to do is move together as a pack of 4 or 5 players and go and do a just mass dump util everywhere. Take the site, plant. They're going to get the site for free. Again, it's about this retake, though. How are they going to jam Sentinels, prevent them from getting here? The flank already coming in from A. This is going to be a lot of pressure onto Benji. He needs to go big here, as the rest of the team still in the site. peeling off ever so slightly.
And this guy used to be clutch. Has he still got that capability? Cleaned out in a heartbeat. Sassy breaks the back line, and suddenly the floodgates are open. That's problems for Miniboo. That's problems for Rienz. The gap is closing. The net is closing, and Miniboo looks a little shaken here, and he gets put down. Zekken slides through him. And now they're being overwhelmed. There's nowhere to fall back to. There's nowhere feeling safe. You're going to need a big round from Rienz, and he doesn't have even a chance. Zekken is doing damage this time. Sentinels proving it. They don't even need the better weapons. They just needed the bodies, and they have 5 alive. It's down to the wire, and he's got it!
0.64. Sentinels has been flawless this half so far. Team Heretics crumbling a little bit. Maybe an early timeout coming in. These coaches have so much impact for this team, but what Heretics needs to do is they cannot lose that first fight. Benji going down there was the difference maker. Opens up the floodgates, as you said, and now everyone's coming in from the back lines. Team Heretics, they don't know which way to look, front or back. They need to set the tone and push forward. Miniboo needs to be the spear, the tip of the spear.
And we talk about momentum when it comes to Sentinels, and you know, once they get that in their favor, it's almost unstoppable. It's very hard to quell that, to break that. Very few teams have that accolade against them. If you're watching Heretics so far, they've looked a little bit shaky to start with. I think that's a fair assessment. Couple of shots going here and there, these high-tempo hits. Yeah, they've been getting the sight, but as you said, that retake has been elusive for them. For now, though, in this round, we've got Sheriffs out and Stingers. This isn't going to be one that you're going to be calling home about, but what a switch it would be for Heretics if they could actually do some damage now.
This insert from TenZ down at the C cubby is what I look to. We're looking at a massive read from Sentinels here. Already 3.5 players towards that C site. It's only Saucy down towards A, looking at that long line. Heretics, though, they don't do these audibles that well, but this push, the timing.
It might just start and end with TenZ. This round could be all for nothing. The one-way goes up. He's got him locked out of there. Paranoia primed. He knows exactly where the split's coming in from. Smoke goes up. This round's done. The threat was nullified the second they ran into TenZ.
A little bit of damage here or there could be good, but it's not happening right now. Okay.
All right, Boo, that's nice. Gonna need a lot more, though. And he's pretty much surrounded here. The slow eventual creep as well from Sassy closing that gap in. John QT just sitting a little bit safer on the corner. Lovely. Well handled, a little bit of a threat, but TenZ won them that round what felt like a minute ago.
Not just TenZ, though. Great timing on that push, gets those 2 kills. But look at how Heretics is setting up, though. Omen's got the smoke in their hand, Killjoy got the molly in their hands. They're trying to set up these elaborate plays, and when we get to the opposite side, Sentinels goes on that attack, you'll notice that they're only really setting up these small 2 or 3-man plays, trying to do these small incremental things to take the site control. They're not trying to full 5-man util dump on a site. Another thing, though, is they don't budge. They win the rounds just so easily. They know next round we're going to defend C.
And we've been talking about TenZ a fair amount, and I think touching base now during this Heretics timeout, I do have to note he's off to a flying start. 5-0 so far. I wouldn't say he'd had the biggest impact in the tournament to this point, but put the man on the stage and he seems to thrive. But for Heretics, stepping onto this stage has seemed to be a bit of an issue for them so far. It feels like they're not off those starting blocks.
They definitely aren't off the starting blocks. We're seeing that in some of the duels they took, Miniboo and Benji on that round 3, for example. They need to do way better than that. One of the things I'm looking forward to, though, is beyond the fact that Heretics crafted this composition to stop Sentinels, right now, you mentioned it before, Sentinels, their momentum picks up when they start winning these rounds, stringing them together. It's not like... Yes, they are good at that, but what Sentinels is really good at is when they're down and they find that little way in to, you know, break through. They win on an eco, they win an unwinnable 1 versus 4. That's what really propels them forward. Right now, it's no contest. All of the players on Sentinels are fighting back. Nobody from Team Heretics, really. We see a couple of kills, like 2 kills on Boo, 2 kills on Miniboo, 0 for the rest. They're not on. Maybe this timeout was used just to calm them down a bit, maybe.
Oh! Excuse me?
Okay.
Thank you, observers. Appreciate you. Yeah, but Miniboo didn't get his reward. And look at the space already filled by Zekken. He's already going to be able to control all of this area. Yes, Sassy got spotted, but that's nothing. He got himself alive. Yeah, took a little bit of damage, but that's fine. All of that and no reward.
Sentinels probably just happy where they are, waiting for Team Heretics to come back into them. Tens, once he sees that C hits coming, he's probably going to back off and wait for that triple flank to come. It's Killjoy here. There's no tripwire. It's just the turret and the alarm bot. Easily bypassable, but Heretics just going to walk into a free site, and it's all on that flank. And how is Heretics going to press forwards and deal with that retake? Are they going to sit back, get split from different directions, or are they going to get in their faces right now? Benji already in garage here. They need to reinforce the spawn, the garage lines, and get ready to push forwards, but Sentinels actually opts not to go for that flank. They're coming all through spawn. This thrash from Rians, that's what I look to.
Yeah, huge ult could start this off. Them Heretics are desperate for a round here. The paranoia goes in, and as does Zekken. Contained, captured, and taken down. Rien's looking for a little bit more timing here. Invest Mosh towards CT. Woot finds Tens. They've divided, and maybe they've conquered. Beautiful from Rien's on the follow-up. This is much better, much more composed. Breaking down Sentinels bit by bit, and suddenly only one man left alive is Zellsis. Clean work there, Josh.
You take away all the names, take away the HUD from this round and round 1, round 3. I wouldn't even think it's the same team. Team Heretics looked completely revamped this round. They took a timeout. They go for the early fight with that Sage wall up at A main. They don't get it. They walk into C site, but it's how they deal with this retake coming in. The way that they use that thrash on that timing, the Mosh to follow up, and they're fighting together, and they're reinforcing each other, pivoting from that garage tunnel to help garage, help spawn flood. Very different look from Team Heretics.
And they needed that. Now, it would be a miss to not note the ults coming online here. Tens, how do you want to handle this? It's a big pressure play up towards C, and he's stuck here, and he stands. He got caught up that time. Miniboo the one to connect towards him. They've taken down the tip of the spear, but John QT, the backbone of the Sentinel's side, still trying to do damage. He did a whole lot. He did the best he could, but Heretics again hold the site. The wall goes towards Garage. They've got the res if they feel it's required. Zekken still stands with the ult. Zellsis not too far away. Dealt with again. Heretics seeming to really come alive now. Out of nowhere, they're finding this form. This C site seeming to be maybe what they were looking for. The ult as well. I mean, Sassy better swing on this one. It's basically on him. They can't make the most of the ult that just came through. Not sure if that was the right investment here from Zellsis. One to the right, 2 down long. They're giving him no quarter, no chance. Zellsis can try as he might, but he's surrounded. There's no fight that he can truly win here. The bigger picture, that spike that's ticking away. And Wu just needs to do the dance, and he's doing it well, buying precious time for Benji, who's standing and waiting. Heretics have found an answer. They found a cure for their ills.
Back-to-back hits on that C site, and Tens, he had the good stall with the paranoia, but misses his chance, his opportunity on Miniboo, who actually catches him paranoid, barely saw him at the edge of that paranoia. And once that floodgate was open, it's all on John QT. If he can get more than one there, different story. But because he goes down, I mean, that's just such a big investment from Sentinels using that Rolling Thunder, not coming out with the round win. Team Heretics crawling back round by round.
And it's caused a timeout. Sentinels have felt enough of a switch here that it's time to check back in. An early timeout as well. They're normally quite reserved for when they call them. We know that that momentum shift is very much in the playbook. Sentinels are very aware. But maybe it is the right time to touch base. Heretics clearly adjusted something during the timeout, 2 consecutive rounds, and there's a lot of ults on the Heretics side here as well. You've got the TP, yeah, with Wood, but you've still got the Showstopper, you've still got that res there. They're only 2 away from the lockdown, and that was a lot of ults invested from Sentinels for 0 reward.
Not only that, but now we're getting to the point where if Team Heretics is able to pick up another round here, Sentinels is looking at maybe potentially having to do a save here. The good news is they have economy for this round, including op economy. And if they're really able to get an early pickoff here, that can snowball things. Res in play, Team Heretics can pick up their lost soldier. But right now, I mean, I could definitely see a pace change from Team Heretics here. We've seen them go quick towards B. They have that Omen ultimate. They have that Showstopper. That's what I look to here. Are they going to go fast again? Really keep the pressure on right now off the back of the momentum of these 2 rounds? Or Sentinel's going to be able to crawl back and stop them?
Now, I'm looking at that operator in play. I'm looking at Tens here. Can he be the one? But you're right. The pace change is apparent, right? Right back towards B, right up the guts. Heretics instantly investing that Showstopper. Trying to hold back any sort of pre-take, but plants in. And SEN aren't really wanting to investigate this too early, and rightly so.
No flank this time. Wall up for A main. That's going to take a little bit of time to chip down. Off also for this retake at B. Not ideal.
No, this is going to be incredibly difficult. 3 through that C connector side. Boo, the wall gets broken, so he has to respect it. Back away. Zekken going to take the space that's been given. They're starting to clear house, but there's the TP. Tens has to try and find the pipe towards window. That's a pixel. He knows it. Can he find it? There's still pressure on the side. They've got to find a body, and he does! Takes away Benji. Back line open. Paranoia sent. Wu denies Sasi. Good trade for Zekken. Trying to step down towards middle tonight! Huge from Rienz! When Heretics needed him, he stood his ground and got them up to 3.
When we look to Rienz, we know that he delivers this. Normally it's on Sova. We look to him to be on the maps where he gets to play Sova. He's in these late round situations after he uses his drone, his dart, and he closes it out so frequently for them. If it's not him, it's Benji. But here, he goes big. Oh my god, it was down to a sliver almost with the amount of defuse left. Sentinels almost stealing that away, but big. That's 3 in a row for Team Heretics, and Sentinels, they still have a little bit of economy, but they're bleeding these rounds out.
The timeout worked for Heretics, and even Sentinels' timeout worked for them again. The pace change was divine. Ult back in play so quickly for Rienz, and he's identified players, but Zekken cleared in a heartbeat. Miniboo quick as lightning takes him away, and the site is 1 out. Heretics have what they want here. There's no lurk on the way, no, I guess, flank coming in, but they've got everything they require, and once again we rinse, we repeat. The wall goes up, they get ready to sit into this post plant.
Still one more slow on Boo. So once this wall gets broken down, once the stun comes off cooldown, they start using the aftershock and comboing it with the fault line here. That slow comes in. Thrash also for Rienz. Sentinels realizes what's going on, and they're backing out. Thrash still used preemptively, waiting for, expecting and anticipating this retake, but Sentinels realizes what's going on, what the name of the game is right now. They've lost the site. Team Heretics, very pacey. Normally we see them maybe taking a little bit of map control first, waiting, pausing, going on that second interval. Around that 1 minute mark is when they're grouped, gathered, hit by 50 seconds. But now it's the first full motion, swinging all the way through into the sites.
And if we kind of pause here ourselves for a second and kind of consider this, we were discussing this veto at the very start, Josh, how this feels indicative that there had to have been change amongst Heretics. You would not walk into this veto without a plan. We are seeing a very new look Heretics here.
This is a very different look. I mean, we talked about it a little bit with when it comes to Lotus. They made those changes coming into Champs. It wasn't working. They scrap it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes sense. We looked at Icebox as the pick from Heretics. Notably, one of their worst maps, if not their worst, outside of Ascent, which was their permanent ban, and now they're picking it. It makes me wonder what they've cooked up on that map as well, now that we're seeing 4 rounds in a row for them and looking revitalized after that timeout.
Yeah, this is... it feels like a different team. But I'm looking at Zekken walking middle here. Miniboo, hopefully he doesn't tunnel vision towards this because could get caught out this time. Sasi is going to be at least kept back. I like this for the control towards A-Long. We know that Sasi does like to try and take towards that. They now know about it. And they pause.
This is tough. This type of situation when you don't have that Cypher trips up, when you can't really clear mid. Normally that turret can spot someone walking down middle. It's in a really passive spot. It spots Garage. The alarm bot on that C means that it's not watching A, it's not watching that window. So Zekken could be able to hear all the noise that's happening. Hear the rotations back and forth between A and C right now. But if it's a shift walk, if Team Heretic slowly moves, yes, this camera can spot them early. Yes, these traps will get that information and allow that rotation to come in. But still, the slows are in play here. 2 smokes, Paranoia, so much retake utility. It could be a pre-take. It could be a fast one. Breach, Sova, you guys are still on A site. You gotta have to move soon.
Yeah, here's the committed approach towards C. Looking to see if anyone tries to get a shot. I think maybe just John QT eyeing up to see if anyone gets caught.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's outrageous. Takes down John QT, who thought he was set up for success. Not the case. It's 5 standing for Heretics. You're looking at the flank and they still have the util here. Benji, if he falls, then suddenly the floodgates could open. But he stands. Hunter's Fury from downtown. That's the connection though. That's gonna be Rienz removed. And trying to set up safe passage forward, but it's Benji to find Tens. Trade comes in. Zekken looking to close the gap though. Lockdown in play. Beautiful from Zekken. Miniboo answers back though towards CT. Back and forth, but right now it's falling in favor of Heretics as Sasi, the last one alive, can do nothing but die. Heretics are in control.
That is 5 rounds in a row for Team Heretics. They have not dropped the beat, and all of them are punching back. We talked about 2 kills for Miniboo, 2 kills for Boo, and none for the rest of the team. Guess what? Everyone's on the board right now. Everyone's got impact in their own moments. The fact that John QT couldn't capitalize on that spam kill with the trip through the smoke, and he actually instead gets taken out, that is just so devastating for Sentinels. And a second timeout in one half. Round 7, round 10. This is, like, you don't burn this unless you feel like if you can't get a grasp of the game right now, it's going to slip away from you. They need to have a way to stop Team Heretics right now. Team Heretics going fast. Sentinels, you're playing really split 2-1-2. How are you going to get ahead of what's happening? Maybe more gamble stacks. They're good at that, but the problem is if Team Heretics picks the right site, you have a 5-on-5 retake. Those Sage walls and slows are killing you right now.
They absolutely are. And again, you got to roll your mind back. Last time these two met, it was a bitter loss in Madrid for Heretics, sending them to their deaths eventually against PRX. First time that they ever truly met. Devastating for them. All that potential we discussed at the start of the year, and it went up in smoke. Now they bounded back. We saw what happened eventually once they made it through towards Shanghai. But still, this team has suffered at Sentinel's hands. But as said, those 5 rounds, Josh, they are impact to say the least.
I'd go a step beyond that as well.
Go for it.
Look at a couple of the rounds that Sentinels won. The pistol round and the bonus round, round 3. It came down pretty close within a matter of a couple of seconds.
Fuses, yeah.
These are very close to fuses. Had things gone slightly different, we might be seeing something like an 8-0, like a
really
8-1
heavy
right now.
Really heavy. Okay, still a buy here though. The only caveat to that going to be John QT. He wants that full util as best he can. So Guardian in hand. Still has his ult, as does TenZ. Not massive impact off the back of it. Rez still in play as well.
And a pace change from Team Heretics. They've been going quick. They got the back of these last 5 rounds.
But Zekken is still Zekken. There's still danger. That Rez gets burned. They're back up to 5. But he wants another bite of the cherry. He fancies another go at this. He's so close. Went towards Sue. He's still got Sassy on long, so if they cross, that will be go. Mini Boo! Just prize him out of there. The can opener for Heretics now. And Zekken has to respect that. Suddenly, A feels vulnerable. He can't sit on that island alone any longer.
Now Team the Heretics, they have the control of the map. They have that turret locking down middle. Sure, they don't know much about C, but right now, Sentinels taking that gamble stack. They're reinforcing the site where they lost one of their players. Right now, if Team Heretics goes into this, this is the best chance that Sentinels has to get back into this game. Paranoia already set up for long here. Zekken, first one was free. Is the second one. Full site exec. This is so typical of Team Heretics. They're waiting for that second smoke to come off cooldown. They pop them both. Paranoia, paint shells, everything's coming in.
Yeah, Dizzy gonna set this one through. Zelsis, TenZ in danger, in trouble. Zekken still fighting the good fight for Sentinel, still holding his ground. TenZ dives head first, takes away 2. They're getting no access this time. Wall goes up, but the timing's just not gonna be there. Boo would have to pull off something like a miracle, and it doesn't happen if you go to Zekken's site. He has been the impact player for Sentinels. They needed him that round.
Off the back of a timeout, Sentinels pulls out another win. Do I think it was as a result of that timeout? Maybe not. What I see happening here, and this is what we see as the difference between these two teams, is that Team Heretics, they get that early kill, they sit, they wait 20, 30 seconds. They're hoping that the other team makes a mistake, pushes, or overreacts and rotates
Honestly,
the wrong spot. Sentinels, when they get to their attack side, they know how to manipulate the rotations to make the defenders go exactly where they want. Team Heretics goes into the stack.
And it's pacey this time. John QT and TenZ going to be having to stand and deliver. You could maybe take a TP out, but they want to take the fight here. Paranoia primed. TenZ looking to maybe set him up here, but no one can swing on this one. TP to the back. John QT finds. Hack comes in. TenZ finds Rienz. They're holding the line. They're keeping their kingdom safe. Finally, Sentinels hold this C site as Benji falls. Sentinels onto back.
Back to back for Sentinels, and now they're getting back in control in the driver's seat. One more round remains in this half right now, and that first few rounds were going in the way of Sentinels. Heretics bite back with 5 in a row. They do the paciness for most of those. It's working. They slow down one round. It doesn't work. They go fast again. But Sentinels, once you give them an inch, they take that mile. And now, scores closed down to 1 round gap.
Yeah, they're getting there now.
Yeah, see? Just disrespect it.
Disrespect it.
There
That's
it
going
is.
to be the name of the game.
It's a reminder of who they are. Sentinels, the team that you can't really doubt when it comes to it. But can Heretics give them that reminder? Can they put them back in place? TenZ showing off now. picks up the quick pick on Boo, and then readjusts, repositions. The younger brother wants to walk in those footsteps, maybe feel advised against it. It's now with those 4 players standing, what do they do now?
Sage down, there's no wall. IGL gets to spectate, micromanage a little bit more. A little bit of map control here. We haven't seen the side of Team Heretics yet. It's been these 5-man hits over and over again. But softening up that garage area, that front B area, pulls all of the Sentinel players over there. But again, Sentinels, they're stacked towards B, and Heretics is primed to go in here. The showstopper, Miniboo needs to land it on 10s, otherwise this could be disastrous for these guys.
Could be waiting, poised, prowling above. He knows what's coming. Oh, he couldn't get away from that Miniboo. Starts things off with a bang. Takes B to himself, but look at the back of the side. John QT's still here. They have no idea. Zeka now tries to run around, keep them on their toes. Heretics being forced around at a quick pivot. You're right, Josh. That spike's heading towards C.
30 seconds
They're
left.
making noise. They have an inkling about Miniboo here. He's going to go down, but still 3 versus 3 on this post plant right now.
Still game on. Plant is in. Time's on their side. Held towards CT. Sentinels don't have that safe step back. Looking to maybe pivot through Garage themselves. Sassy just trying to keep attention, keep check on anyone trying to close the gap. The one-way cuts off the route, and now they can focus on Garage. The crossfire looks heaven sent. How do you get around it?
The slide needs to happen.
Zekken could. There's a chance here. Rien's basically could deny this, as could Benji. The time ticking. They got to make a move right here, right now. The timing is perfect. The synergy is off the charts, and Sentinels are never out of it.
Unbelievable work from Sentinels. They're waiting the time of that one-way out. As soon as it goes down, Saucy sends the dart in, and the player to turn around and break that shows his back to Zekken. Zekken stabs him in the back, gets that slide off of cooldown, is able to bypass that second player, and able to close out the round on that 3rd kill. Again, Sentinels, 3 versus 3. I mean, it was a 3 versus 4 there. That Miniboo kill happening. Maybe a sign of Miniboo not understanding how he should sit there and wait for his team to develop the next play. But again, huge to close out the half.
That synergy was just amazing. Love that. Absolutely love that. But if you like Heretics, there's a man you'll want to hear from right now. Is Patatek with Jen.
Hi guys, Jen Lee here with 파티텍! 파티텍 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 어떻게 지냈는지부터 물어보도록 할게요. Long time no see, 파티텍. What have you been up to?
I've just been sitting at home, playing ranked, streaming, and just chilling, waiting for a team to pick me up.
I vouch for you. Best player in the world. 일단 집에서 좀 앉아서 랭크도 돌리고 좀 열심히 하면서 팀을 구하고 있다고 합니다. 연락 많이 주셨으면 좋겠다고 얘기를 하는데 헤리틱스가 사실 파티텍 선수에게 고마워하면서 오늘 좀 선수들에게 서프라이즈로 파티텍 선수를 초청했다고 얘기를 하는데요. 이렇게 팀원들 보면서 어떤 마음이 드는지도 물어보도록 할게요. Now, Heretics invited you over, flew in as a surprise to the boys, because you're very much part of the success that they're having, as much as the other guys up there. So what's it like rooting for them and watching them play today?
I just pray for the win for Heretics. As I said on my stream, they're gonna win the whole thing. And when it comes to watching them play, it's just insane. I just imagine myself to be on the stage one day, but I came here and I'm gonna support my boys to win the whole thing.
Your time will come, for sure. 먼저 스트리밍 할 때 얘기를 했듯이 헤레틱스가 우승을 할 것 같고 그리고 정말 떨리는 마음으로 보고 있는데 본인도 이런 스테이지에 올라와서 언젠가는 챔피언스 무대에서 좀 경기를 멋지게 펼치고 싶지만 자신의 시간이 올 때까지는 좀 더 기다려야 할 것 같고 그냥 팀원들이 계속해서 잘해줬으면 좋겠다고 얘기했습니다. Thank you, Patatek.
Thank you.
Lastly, predictions today.
2-1 for Heretics.
오늘 2대1 예상한다고 얘기를 했습니다. 헤레틱스 승리. Okay, back we go.
Thank you.
What a first half we had there, 7-5, and it was swings and roundabouts. Josh, both teams runs, 4 rounds in a row, 5 rounds in a row, and then a strong close from SEN. It feels like this is still anyone's game.
Both teams right now delivering the goods in their own respect. It's on Team Heretics now, though. They get to go in their defense side. They're really good on their defense because of their retakes, but they've cooked up a new comp. So I look to how they've changed that. Do they do something different with the rotations, with the gamble stacks?
Speaking of, Josh, there's a gamble stack in play from the very get-go. 3 players dedicated towards this C side. Miniboo the one with the Sheriff there. You could hear that rattling off in the distance. And a quick close clear for Sassy. Just going to be having a look, even spotting Woot. So again, you're getting a little bit of a read of what's going on here potentially, but Sentinels seem reticent in their approach. They want to carry on here. They fancy going into this one. The paranoia might have slowed them down. The counter can't be capitalized on yet. And now it's standoff. Do they really want to go through with this?
This is where the situations, when the rounds get to simmer like this, Sentinels does so well at picking where they want to go. Heretics peeling off, getting out of the site. They're going to reclear Garage first for this retake.
Yeah, I'm looking at John QT waiting there. His eyes are still on it. Miniboo, though, with some pace. Belting shot from John QT. But now there's too many. Tens, you can't really back away. He just about makes it out with the help of Zekken. But they do have the plant down. Sassy going to try and be the kind of, I guess, the one to put a full stop to the round if they did go back through Garage. But he sees nothing. Sets them up to focus towards CT. Two players waiting in the smoke, and look at that deadly little duo. You don't want that. You don't want that. It's Tens all day. Oh,
Go for the knife.
Do it. Why not? Why not? It is you, Tens. He's him. He's absolutely him. Give him a pistol, and he'll get you around.
That Sentinels classic right click.
There's something about it, man.
Something juicy.
Look at this.
Stopping them, and we heard it in the soundbite before from Tens. Disrespect them. This is how you do it. This is what Heretics needed to do to Sentinels. Get in their faces and just pump them full of lead.
Sorry
there.
if I punched your arm. Sorry if I punched you.
Yeah, he's getting into it. He's feeling it, immersed.
Dude, it's Tens. He is a big game player. That is what you want to be seeing. There's the impact off the back. But remember the first half. It started really well for Sentinels. The timeout hit, and Sentinels burned both of their timeouts in that first half. Heretics still, I believe, have that option available. So it's not over yet. This is just a good beginning. But with the lead on the half, it certainly makes that scoreline look a little scarier now.
When I looked at this game, I'm thinking, Haven, how many rounds realistically does Heretics need on that attack side for them to be able to comfortably close it out? I'm thinking 6, maybe 5 if they don't get pistol round. But losing the second pistol round as well, that's going to make things very difficult. And Sentinels, we're going to see why they picked this map right now. They start with that orb control. They get John QT here. 4 of them move together towards A. And look at the map. Team Heretics has 4 on that A site, and C site is open for the taking. Sentinels, a free round.
Yeah, that's lovely. They'll be happy with that. Managing to navigate all the potential dangers. Again, there were a couple of sheriffs in play. This wasn't like it wasn't without a little bit of threat. So Sarti looking to farm here. Nice opportunity for him. Lovely. Quick 2 kills. Again, only against pistols, so no need to lose your minds just yet. But you can see Zekken here maybe with his opportunity to get some ult orbs building. Ooh. Okay, or not. My bad. Sorry, Zekken. Any more? Can they cost them much? Again, this is quite an invested round. 2 SMGs are still there, but it's that Bulldog, that Phantom you don't want to see being lost, really. Trying to slip away a little bit.
Last-ditch effort. Try to take anyone down with them.
Don't think you can get much more. Nice try. Not to be. Sentinels, 4 standing. They should be happy with what they've been able to do there. A very clean early start to the round as well, navigating all that potential danger.
That was a big difference that we didn't see that side from Team Heretics, of depositing players and having them as callback options. Everything was all in, and as soon as they start trying to go towards one site, they have to commit to it. There's no way for them to fall back. But Sentinels,
I like when you call me
we're going to see this
Puksak.
constantly of the callbacks from John QT, especially saying, hey, come back. This site's free. Hey, I think they've overstacked there. Team Heretics, they want to be able to catch back up to Sentinels. This is going to be a big round for these guys.
Miniboo, right place, maybe right time. How far does he try and investigate on this? Boo doing similar things down towards long, but again, this is the bonus round for Sentinels.
Drone and camera invested. Spots 2. You don't know where the other 3 players are right now.
Chomping at the bit there, like he wanted in.
See if they had an opening. But still, I see a couple of Spectres here, so maybe closing the gap at B through Garage, getting, just like if you get into C site and you have players in Garage and Garage window, getting those flanks, stopping that rotation, that's so difficult to go through. B, dangerous with that wall and the wingman.
Yep, waiting to see when the alarm bot gets triggered.
It's a fake. I've seen this before. They're going to send Zekken in. They're going to take all this pressure, but it's going to be a C split through Garage and Zekken. The pressure was made. He kept his life. He didn't destroy that alarm bot, though. That alarm bot and the turret still being up. This setup from Team Heretics, that triangle Bermuda Triangle. Sentinels is going to disappear in it, but 30 seconds left.
They're running low on time. They've got to commit somewhere. Are they opting to go back towards A? The walls should be dropping, I imagine, soonish. I don't quite know when it was fully invested, but still, finally they clear the alarm bot. But that's late. Wall's still there.
Breaking now, but the slow.
And there it is. Time, 20 seconds. They're running so low here. Sentinels need to make something happen. They've got to try and face the music. Mini Boo gets away with robbery. Boo then swings! Back to back impact for Boo, leaving just John QT irrelevant to the round as Heretics make it past the first big threat here. It was their buy round, it was the bonus from Sentinels, but the way they approached that, Josh, they missed a beat on that. The alarm bot's still there, the turret and garage. There was security for Heretics the whole way through.
Sentinels is usually so much better with those fundamentals, breaking all the alarm bots, getting exactly what they want to manipulate the rotation. And for the most part, it still worked. Yes, it got a little bit low on time. You get nervous when you see that clock ticking down, but that's still enough. That's 10 seconds that you have to take out 2 players and
that's
get the
what I
spike
like to see, boys.
You can do that. That's loads of time as long as you don't freak out. But Mini Boo and Boo coming together through smokes and getting the shots, the kills they got in that fashion, unreal.
Here we go again. Now we get into the fun of it. John QT still down though on the SMG. Not ideal.
I like how loose Team Heretics is getting right now, though. They don't normally get this loose, these players especially. We saw on Boo, on Fade, on Lotus maybe. He's taking this deep line towards A right now.
And the adjusted turret as well for Benji, not letting them even get to spam that, trying to remove that easily. That's still in play deeper on C, yes, but still serves its purpose, especially with Rien's keeping control here. They're going to hear all this, they're going to see all this. That's at least 2 players noted off. Just Dizzy and Benji backfilling this. This could be perfect from Benji.
No.
Pulled the trigger on the first. I thought he could have waited a touch longer, but no. We're getting to 50 seconds, and they don't have a full foothold on either site. Pressuring Garage short with the double stack on long. You're right, Heretics taking some more gambles, getting a little bit more risky here.
This is a huge bait and switch step as well. If Boo's able to get one, get away with his life, or even just make them look towards him, take out that drone and get away. Mini Boo.
He got John QT.
You got John QT.
And they have no idea about Mini Boo. This is everything they dreamed of, but still, the plot needs to happen, 25 seconds.
And once Boo shows himself towards A link here, they won't expect Mini Boo at all.
It's a full
John QT's dead.
Surely, right? Surely, there's no way.
They push through. This is good from Sentinels. They're alleviating pressure.
And it's Woot who has no idea. He has no idea. Now he does, as if he still gets 10s. But they've made something out of nothing. A 2v3 is still doable.
Mini Boo.
Res on Boo, but the timing on Mini Boo should be the death of Sussy, and it is. All on Zelsis.
Res as well.
The salesman or the soldier, let's find out. But now he falls. Mini Boo there. They are playing this so well, Josh. I can't stress it enough. We are seeing Heretics get loose, getting the reads, getting the feel of this game, and playing out of their normal style.
Their normal style being that very passive, let you take the site, they come in for that retake. Right now, getting that space on A, getting in their faces a little bit, but also, even when you think that there's no way they're gonna get a kill, stunned, it doesn't do anything to them. Well,
Medic.
Yeah, it's all cosmetic. Zelsis shouldn't even use this. It's not affecting them. I've seen so many, at least 3 or 4 different kills, concussed players from Team Heretics, putting them down and converting these rounds. Sentinels, 9-7 with both pistols. The gap is closing again.
If you're a Sentinels fan, you are eyeing up this round. This has to be a big impact round for them. Heretics finding success back-to-back here. Mini Boo, ult in play, and that's the site they lean towards. Caution has to be aired. They're all going to be invested over towards Sewer, but it gives them a nice angle towards long.
You know the time, that's 45 seconds, it's going to break. You see how Zekken's sitting here with 10s. They're waiting here for any regress at long, but what's going to happen is the fake's going to come in from Sentinels. They're going to put a lot of pressure, maybe even tap the spike in that B site. They're going to go back and hit that A site on that timing. It's got to be the play. 10s has that ultimate as well. Get that info, create that pressure, break that alarm bot though. John QT, there you go. Okay. And here comes the next step of this fake.
Yeah, starting to put the question marks around the map here, giving themselves options, but this time a different look towards Garage. That's 2 players. They want to work off that Dizzy if they decide to invest. And it's getting tense now.
Wall breaks.
Smoke goes back up towards B.
Showstopper still on Mini Boo, and he's on top of that Sewers box. Trying to get this fake off. They still have a stun. Full abilities on Zelsis. At it with a stun, a smoke. Try to create this pressure, but it might not be enough.
25 seconds, they slowly creep, they can disrespect the smoke, they're going to give away the game a touch here. Now, Miniboo decides to move.
20 seconds.
Where are they going? Back towards B. At this point, they're walking into the unknown.
They can ult
TP,
him.
where is he off to? Over towards B. Going to try and quickly get that plant secured by Zelsis.
10 seconds left.
Spikes down. He's done his job. Tens gets out of danger. And now the bedlam begins. Boo, you nasty boy. Waiting. Checks to make sure there was no one else here. Waits. This is a dangerous game to play in an arena, folks. That's a dangerous game! The crowd honoring. But that could have gone completely haywire. But a 5v4 now. Advantage towards Heretics, but they still have to try and break the backbone of Sentinels. And 10 still stands. Zekken gonna get one. Time now ticking, the defuse halfway. John QT holds the line. Oh, so close!
Rien's one around there, 1v3 or a 3K at least. Here, John QT, couple bullets in the smoke, no problem. Team Heretics trying to stick that, but still, so well played from Sentinels. You can see how they set this round up so far in advance. They knew wall is breaking at 45. We softened them up at B. We softened them up at Garage. We softened them up at A right after. And guess what? It's going to leave a hole in B. We're going to ultimate there with Omen, get that spike planted, and play out this round. This mid-round adaptation, the on-the-fly calls from Sentinels are so good.
Heating up here now. Might have a game on our hands.
They abandon this elaborate back and forth. They're just grouping and ready to hit right now.
I mean, you look at the ults, they've got so many. Sassy one away from having Hunter's Fury as well. They've got so much of what they need for this. Sentinels should be so easily securing C as they do. It wasn't particularly held by Heretics, sitting back a little bit deeper. Rien still does have his ult. Oh my god, you're lucky,
no.
Zelsis! He's the one to get caught by that. Benji playing back in through Garage. Clears out the first. That's one of the 3 ults gone. Rien's invests his. Already you can see that counter pressure. Sassy from all the way down C takes away Rien's. But Heretics clear the site. And you're right, the wall is still there. Does it get used? Looking to try and secure his safety.
No
it
chance.
does. It's perfect work. Surely there's nothing to be done. They've got to wait and watch as Woon eviscerates them all.
Raising the bar, raising the walls, Team Heretics. And that's why earlier in the half when I was talking about how Sentinels was jamming them up at that spawn point, when Tens was getting in their face, disrespecting them, this is the exact reason why. If you fall back to long C and play that spam battle, you will lose. There's a wingman, there's a wall. You need to get in their faces. Zelsis is going down, losing that Rolling Thunder. They can't push into Garage or spawn and disrupt Team Heretics' retake. Sentinels, 10 to 8 only.
Hold on, Zekken's gone down. We're looking at the hero with the gun, it's Tens. And we know what this man can do, so pay attention. And it is straight up brawl, but Sentinels are winning. Maybe just stick to the classic, it seems to work so well. And a 3v3 in this situation, Zelsis has his ult, as does Tens. They've got information on their whereabouts. And now they can let this simmer for a second. Zelsis even getting the upgrade.
So much time to let the round... Wait, Tens just used his ultimate a couple rounds ago. How does he have it again?
It's Tens, telling you.
The alarm bot,
But the timing. Gonna be able to clear that. He's gonna put a question mark to it. And look at where the other 2 are, Josh. They haven't even fully moved.
Team Heretics fights very hard on these rounds, but if they move together and 3-man flank, if it is an A hit here, they could get a lot of damage off. Still, they have that wall, they have that slow, and they have the Omen smokes. Great characters to have for this retake. But still, 3v3, Rolling Thunder and guns up for Sentinels. This is going to be difficult. Rolling Thunder, queued. That's going to let Team Heretics know. They're going to come for this retake. The Omen on the flank is going to be massive, especially if he uses his ultimate to get that info here. That is going to initiate.
He could move past the invested ult that John QT has in play, so he can still make some real threat happen without an early warner towards it. But we look towards the fight on CT, and Tens has been instrumental in this round. He's down on 41 HP though, still has a smoke to play. Where does he opt for? Looking to be set up by Zelsis, and Tens waiting. They got so close, but it's Wood closing the gap. Great shot. Oh, but Tens, you gotta keep this man in mind. Perfect impact. He came in with the gun. Zekken was taken out in a second, and then that classic of all things was gonna do the damage.
That full-on brawl at A. Team Heretics not getting ahead of that to the likes of a classic. Zekken getting instantly taken out as well, but again, maybe getting a little bit too ahead of themselves, feeling themselves too much, getting too loose, potentially. Team Heretics, this is a side of them we haven't really seen before.
And this timeout is everything. Let's simmer it down, focus in here. If you weren't paying attention before, now you should. Heretics pumped the brakes
Absolute cinema.
at 11-8. Now, the money. The money is the issue here for Heretics. They're going to have to do basically what just happened to them back to Sentinels. But without the ult from Zek, without that sort of tempo, they can. It looks like they can afford one rifle so far, Josh, and that's it.
That is not the round that you want to lose.
This could be 12.
This could be 12%. That is a bad round for Team Heretics to lose. Those are the rounds that Sentinels have been winning all event to get to this point here. It's been these big swing rounds where not only do they win, but they're at their disadvantage just in terms of economy. They're doing it with classics, popping whatever ultimates they could to make it work. Then, not only do they win that round, but they're also able to pick up the following round because the economy on the other team isn't good enough to string together a proper buy. And here, a hero vandal for Rians. The rest of them budgeting themselves to play for that OT. They know it's potentially likely it's going to be a 12-8, and they're going to have to crawl back and bring it to 12-12 unless Rians goes huge.
He's the only one to watch here, really. I mean, Heretics are good with those sheriffs, but this is a lot to ask. Second, set into motion off the back of Zelsa's utility, at least to try and test towards A-Long. It's currently where Boo is playing. You're looking for where Rienz is. We can see it, it's over towards C. Can they manage to slip past? Pixel spotted. Boo's not going to stick around much longer here. Can't really have that sort of fight.
It's going to be a period of time here where he can't watch both entrances. He's going to have to wall off one. Trying to hang on to that as long as he can. Sentinels creeping up, though. That gamble stack from Team Heretics still towards that C site here. Boo cannot instantly drop here.
Take flight.
Boo's screwed, surely. I mean, he's been able to back away at least. That's something.
Right here. Revealing area.
I don't know how he's still standing. The support system's not moving. The rest of Heretics aren't falling for this, but it looks pretty much committed.
40 seconds left. Sentinels, all 5 players here. No real fallback
Is that
options.
a gap?
Not
No,
enough
I don't
to
think
move
so.
through.
I don't think so.
But still, I mean, it's just too much of an order for Boo to get. Just a classic in hand.
I mean, it's not even the Sentinels one, so it can't do enough. But Boo somehow has played his life as best he could, maybe hoping he'd deter them, maybe be enough to send them over towards C, but it's not the case. 12, looking so likely. As Heretics have to do that long rotate back.
Right here.
Every step arduous on the way. They cause chaos now, though. 5 to find. And so little time to do it. And away we go. Saucy instantly gets Benji, Mini down. Hold on. Rien's still alive.
Maybe. Wingman's still in play.
Time, though, it's so low. Trying to swing off the back of the Wingman is a nice idea. But John QT, the mastermind behind Sentinels, not going to let this one slip. It's 12 in map 1 for Sen.
Rien's the man with the Vandal. Last to fall there. 10's 27 kills.
Huge.
Multiple times he's had his ultimate. But I need to highlight how he's getting to these kills. It's not like he's sitting in the back waiting for things to happen. He's
I love
getting
the
in their
composure.
faces.
Oh, he's an instigator.
Yeah, he understands his mission right now. Yes, he's Omen. Yes, he's on those smokes. But he's getting in the faces of Team Heretics, not letting them have a chance to be able to get off their elaborate plans, disrupting them.
We go again, this time with guns though, but Lifeline starting to be flattened out a little bit here for Heretics. Held on 8.
We haven't seen a change-up from Team Heretics' game plan yet. Same players, same spots. Now lockdown in play as well. That's going to help with a retake if they need it. But gambling towards the C site, Sentinels has been so good with their audibles. Once they get certain information, they know when to pivot away. They know how to use that time, squeeze out the last second. Zekin coming into Garage. Benji!
And Benji's been having a nightmare this series, fair to say. But this time
again.
he's saved by Whoop. Second goes down, and now they can maybe live for another second or so. But it's Zelsa's to trade out, at least take away the first. But Tens then takes strides towards the site, disrespecting the Bosch and the man behind it. Rienz falls, and Tens is just on an absolutely nuclear level performance here. 29 kills. And now Mini Boo and Boo, brothers in arms, might have to watch map 1 slip between their fingertips now. Forced to fight forward and forced to fall. It's all on Boo in a 1v4. Map 1 surely sitting with Sentinels. What more were you ever meant to do against this side? Map 1 is in the books. You put them on a big stage, they just keep stepping up.
Great performance from Sentinels there, and Team Heretics trying to change things up.